For a long time, Nairobi ilikuwa inatafuta kitu fulani. Not money exactly, not fame in the old sense. It was chasing a feeling. Around the mid-2010s, visibility started to carry weight. You didn't need a song on radio. You didn't need a show on TV. If people saw you often enough, in the right places, that was enough. Instagram became the stage. Clubs in Westlands and Kilimani became the backdrop. And attention became the currency. For a while, it looked sustainable. But today, that world feels quieter. The pages are still there, the posts still go up, but the reactions has changed. The excitement faded. At the center of it were a few early players who understood the system before anyone else. Vera Sidika and Huddah Monroe didn't just benefit from the attention, they shaped how it worked.
Thank you, Chachu. Thank you.
Oh my. Ulizaliwa hivyo ama zilikuja?
Nilizaliwa hivyo, Chachu.
Vera wanasema.
Vera rose at a time when controversy still had power. When she spoke openly about skin lightening, country reacted loudly.
Are known for are our socialites, and they like to say they spent millions of shillings on skin lightening. These days, many of them are claiming to have spent a pretty penny, but where did it all start? Vera Sidika, of course, we have to go back to the source. Vera Sidika actually took the Kenyan scene by storm when she decided to pursue the socialite route and also talk about spending millions of shillings on skin lightening. And right now, she's living the life, and so is her mom. Let's check it out.
But something else happened too. She became unavoidable. In Kenya at that time, being talked about even negatively still led to bookings. Appearances turned into income. Presence itself became the product. You weren't paying for the talent, you are paying for kuonekana. Huddah's path took longer, but it went deeper. After Big Brother Africa, most people expected her to disappear. Instead, she regrouped. She understood something most people missed. Attention doesn't last without structure. She built businesses that could survive beyond the screen. While the internet focused on rivalry, both women were quietly playing the long game. They were early, and being early matters. But success attracts imitation, and imitation flooded the market. By the late 2010s, the formula wasn't rare anymore. Everyone knew it. Everyone was trying it. And when everyone looks rich online, nobody stands out. As luxury visuals lost their impact, the audience wanted something else. Not more money, more access. That's where the shift happened. Ambarei understood that people were no longer impressed by polish. They wanted narrative, conflict, something real, or at least something that felt real. Relationships unfolded publicly. Breakups became content. Drama played out in real time. Engagement spiked whenever things fell apart. The numbers made sense, but drama has limit. What shocks the first time barely registers the 10th. Over time, it stopped converting. The system didn't break, it wore out. By the pandemic year, the attention economy changed. The distance between public and private collapsed. Live streams replaced curation. Anyone could go viral overnight.
You don't know my story? We are orphans. My parents died when we were very young. We were left with nothing. Zero. Mimi niliuzwa. Nikatoa familia yangu kwa nini? Kwa ufukara. My mom died almost 26 years ago. Calculate. Tuliwachwa kama tunatoshana vipi? And everybody was left in school. Mimi ndio nilikuwa nimemaliza high school. Calculate. Na saa hii wameolewa na wazungu wanaishi Europe. I have 2 sisters. One of them is married to a millionaire here in Japan.
This is where the socialites' image started losing value. Figures like Shakilla didn't sell aspiration, they sold exposure. Raw, unfiltered, and unstable. The reach was massive, the money wasn't. Brands don't just buy attention, they buy predictability, and this version of fame offered none. That's when the title socialites changed meaning. It stopped sounding powerful, it started sounding risky. So what actually ended the era? First, platform changed. TikTok rewarded performance, not presence. Kenyan actors who could act, write, dance, or tell stories suddenly had the advantage. Standing next to luxury cars wasn't content anymore. Second, the illusion cracked. For years, the captions were God's grace and hard work. Then conversations around fake wealth and financial crime entered the mainstream. The mystery disappeared, and without mystery, the fantasy collapsed. Finally, culture moved on. Younger audiences rejected perfection. Over-curation started to feel dated. The glossy aesthetic of 2016 no longer landed. Most of the original figures didn't disappear. Some matured, some built businesses quietly, some stayed online with less noise. But the era itself is over. Not because it was cancelled, not because it was exposed. It ended because attention moved on. And on the internet, once people are bored, they are not coming back.